Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast episode. Oh, fuck. Daniel's not here.
221.
221?
I think so.
We're going to go with that. 221. Yeah, we're the Nerdic Gods podcast. That threw me off entirely. Joining me, not as always, but returning, Steven Sims. Hi, Sims.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm here. I'm
How you
alive.
doing?
I'm different location.
Different location.
On a
You're
laptop.
thinner. Your beard looks
Thinner.
fucking crispy.
And my webcam looks like dog shit.
Yeah, that don't matter. Your mic sounds good. That's
Okay.
all that matters.
Yeah, man.
That's all that matters to kids.
And good. You look good as well, man.
I fucking don't. Don't lie to me. Don't sit there and lie to me. All the way from England. Fucking lying to me.
Well, that's what we do, Governor. We lie.
How you doing, though?
What we do, man. I'm good, man. I'm really, really good. I tried to change my life around. You know, had to sacrifice my PC for my kids' happiness, and was it worth it? I don't know. I could open this door and I can hear kicking and screaming. That's all I'm hearing. But no, yeah, really good. I'd like to say that I've lost loads of weight and played 170 hours worth of Like a Dragon. I'm a different man.
That's the dream, right?
I'm technically Japanese now.
So what you're saying is, Like a Dragon helps you lose weight. They
All
can
I'm
put
saying,
that on the box.
My name is now Stevenson.
You got a dragon back tattoo now.
Yeah,
You take off your shirt. You're fucking ripped, you know. When was the last time you were on, though? Was it Game of the Year?
Must have been. Yeah.
It was all the way back then. So damn, we're on May 1st. You haven't been on since
wow.
January or something. Jesus.
Surely I have.
I feel like you must have been in one of the episodes in there in the middle.
I can't remember. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's literally trying to find. My daughter plays soccer, and that's going really well. Like really well. So like that could become more intense as well. Like she was playing with adults.
Get her to go
playing
pro.
with adults yesterday for fun. She's shit. She makes me look. She's just shit up. Like she's really good at the moment. So you just want to encourage it. And obviously, if she gets rich, I get rich.
Right. That's the idea.
What
What other point would there be to have kids?
Exactly. I'm not that. They're not making me happy.
Yeah. No, back in the day, all they were good for is like you need people work on your farm. So it's like
exactly, moving coal.
It's like I'm gonna throw out 20 kids. Bada bing, bada boom. We're rich. Now you got two, and you got to really bank on those two, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
So you got one playing soccer. You got one that's gonna be a Fortnite pro or whatever, and it's there you go. One of them's gotta make it, right?
Got to, yeah, definitely. The odds are in my favor.
Definitely.
100%. But yeah, I like. I don't know if you want to go over it now. Like the Like a Dragon thing really threw me for a loop. I was looking for a game to play, and I was either going to buy Prince of Persia or try this Like a Dragon. I was like, well, I'll try it, and I don't know. It just took over my entire life. It's like
for like 3 months, from what I remember.
Honestly, 160 hours.
Jesus.
Like to the point where you text me in the middle of the night. I was like, "Oh, Steve, we got to sort this out," and I was like, "All right, fair enough." So then I was like, I had to do some fucking hack the mainframe stuff. I had to like make an American account.
Oh yeah.
I had to buy US dollar PSN cards.
Oh yeah.
And then like for some reason the thing didn't even deactivate for like 2 weeks. I was like, what the fuck?
Fuck it. Yeah, I wonder if it's just for people that are wondering. Me and Shim shared a PSN account, and so he was playing my Like a Dragon. I wonder if it's just like if I don't download it, but I'm deactivated on your console. If it's just like you could keep the license or whatever.
It was a solid 2. It was about a week and a half.
Yeah,
because I bought it straight away, and then I was at the point where I didn't even need to buy it.
Yeah,
but literally.
Oh, did you end up buying it?
I bought it straight away.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought it'd be. I just thought I may as well just sort this out straight away. Because obviously I was like about 10 hours from at least finishing the story, and then I wanted to plat it. I was like I'm 130 hours already in, I may as well play it. Like at this point, I'd be stupid not to. So then, about a week and a half went by, and I could still play Final Fantasy VII. I could still play everything. And then one day the game stopped, and I was like, "Oh no!" Because I was like, I was, it was a risk buying it because I wasn't even sure if your copy was American. I know it was, but
I don't think that would matter. No, like
it does.
through
The
digital
save, it's the
copies, does
save
it?
that matters.
Oh,
It's the save. If I bought if I bought the UK version,
yeah.
your save the save wouldn't work. That's the issue. Like I can't anything else I played. Yeah, it was just a nightmare. But yeah, it was fantastic. Like one of the game of the year already. Like I don't think anything's gonna top it. Like I just the Mrs. like, what do you want for your birthday? I was like a dragon, like the first one. I need to be itchy bunny.
You should play the first one. Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's
Like,
probably
and
on
then
I think it's on Extra, PS Plus Extra.
it's on something. I think
Yeah.
I think we own it from
Might even be on
downloading
Game
it.
Pass or something. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
you could
it's
probably
definitely on
find it
Games Pass.
on a subscription service or
Um,
dirt cheap somewhere.
It's definitely on there. I think we own it. You know, like when they give them away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it might
I
have
think
been a
it's from
PS
there.
Plus game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Um, but I just love the characters in general. Like the first 10 hours, I'm like, what the fuck am I even playing? Where like Ichiban's took her on a date.
Yeah.
San,
Sancha.
what's her name? San-chan.
Yeah.
And he's like confessing his love, and I was like, "What the fuck am I playing?" And the amount, and 160 hours in, and like, I probably what twice a week, my missus will look at the telly and go, "What are you playing?"
3
What
months
are you
later,
playing?
what are you playing?
What are you playing?
What
Have
is
you
going
finished
on
that
here?
game yet? There's a shark. There's fucking people dressed up like fucking characters. Like I spent a week solid on the Animal Crossing bit, like solid.
Jesus. Yeah, I didn't even touch that.
I didn't even know how to like. I forgot how to play the main game.
Yeah. Gotta go back and
I was
relearn
just
it.
like, it was such a good experience. I mean, I think the only thing that really held the whole game back was the last 10 hours, really, and that was obviously due to my own fault and the game's fault, really. Like I'd say the publishers like that having that buying the new game plus really was a detriment to the game because when I'd finished the game, obviously you get the world open, you can go to two separate continents. Everyone's capped at level 55. So for me to get to level 70 with Ichiban would have been, I'd still be doing it now if I'd not like, I'd do the same dungeon over and over and over again. It just took the piss. It took a long time. And then obviously doing some research, there's about 7 drinks that level you up instantly. You know, the ones that you got
Yeah.
with the pre-order.
Yeah.
There's another 7 from doing all the mini games.
Oh. I didn't
But you
even
had
know
to earn
that.
points in the mini games. So you
Yeah.
had to like go to the batting cage, earn like 7,000 points.
Was it like one of those
do
where
the
it's like smartest to save those for the last few levels?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That was
Yeah.
like just don't buy them now.
Yeah.
I bought one, but not realizing early on in the game for collecting all the rubbish, you know,
Yeah.
off the beach. Yeah. So you know, I thought, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. But you know, I just played the Pokemon Snap game, played the Crazy Taxi game. It basically made you like play all the games, which you know, I had a great time. And then I kind of, but then halfway through the year, I say halfway through, it's 5 months in. We got decent internet, so I've actually got the best internet in the UK now.
Hell yeah. Like you
So I was like,
personally, it's only
yeah,
yours.
just me, yeah, only mine.
The
So
queen
my
comes over sometimes to fucking
well, she's dead.
use
She's
it.
dead.
Oh yeah, fuck.
No,
Oh,
yeah, she's
whatever. The
dead.
princess.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know what
like
you
she
guys
can
are
come
doing.
if she wants.
The king of the
Ovi
north comes
princess,
over.
yeah.
I don't fucking
We
know.
got
The
who's in
warden of
Princess
the north.
Diaries? Who's in Princess Diaries? Who's that famous actor? Actress.
Why can't I remember her name now?
The lady.
I don't. The girl in Dark Knight Rises. I can't
The
remember her name
lady.
now.
That's it. Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I know her.
yeah.
I know who you're talking about. They know who you're
She
talking
comes
about.
around. She goes around.
She was
What was I
American.
saying? The game, yeah. What was I saying about the game?
I don't know. You're talking about like a dragon.
I was doing.
Unfortunate thing is, me and you
yeah,
have terrible memories, so like I can't remember what happened 10 seconds ago.
No, I can't.
Regardless, you got
That
great
was it.
internet now.
Good internet. Good
Yeah.
internet. So then I was like, I was killing birds with stones. So I got the Steam Deck out, and obviously they got their third party software to remote play.
Hell yeah.
So I was just remote playing for fun.
Oh, and Like a Dragon. That's a good one to remote play with.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
That's why I was during
Let's have a
UFC. I would just pull out my phone and fucking pull up Like a Dragon because
Really?
yeah, all the time, yeah. Because turn-based.
Have you got
games
like a
work really well.
clip or no?
Of me like using that on my phone? What do you mean?
No. Have you got a clip for?
Oh, the
for
fucking
controller?
yeah, the attachment thing. No, I just use a touchscreen.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can do that. Yeah. Like the button prompts pop up on the side of the screen. It's
Ah.
annoying and like it looks like shit, but
Yeah,
I'm only
yeah,
using it for like a handful of hours, if
Yeah,
that.
I was
So
when I played the game, I was like just pottering around everywhere. I was doing the gardening, and I was just literally just leaving it because obviously you can auto battle, which is great.
yeah, when you
Is
just press
that in the
triangle
first
or
one? Is
whatever.
that in the last? Is that in the other one?
Probably. I can't remember.
Mm.
The thing that'll
But
be
no, yeah,
annoying when you go back to the other one is there's not like that circle that you can like
can't
walk
move,
in. Yeah,
yeah.
you can't move when you're actually in battle. So that'll be
Would you
an
say?
adjustment.
Would you say you prefer that one to this one?
I definitely like the story more of the first
first one.
Like a Dragon. Yeah, I thought that
Okay.
the story was a little bit better.
Yeah, the story was it was good,
Yeah,
but I don't know the
I didn't
main.
I didn't have an emotional attachment to Kiryu, right? So it's like when you got to all his
I didn't
stuff.
either.
Yeah, when you got to
Yeah,
all
and it
his
was
stuff and
we were
like you walked around
very
and did
much
the
the same,
memories and stuff, I was
and
just
we were
like,
just
I
like,
don't give a fuck about any
I
of
don't
this,
know.
really. Yeah.
And I get like I said, I've got another thing to tell you as well. I was sat there and I got what they were trying to do, and I respected it, and I did
Yeah.
feel a bit, when I felt more on the side of like, obviously there was one where the woman he must have been in love with, and he was in like the next room, and he was just like listening to what she would have said to him, and he
Oh,
was like,
yeah, I think I do
I
remember this.
get that, and I was like, oh, you know what, I really do feel this. I feel what they're trying to connect, and I was like, so I mean, they've done a good job there. Obviously, if I'd have played the last 17 games, Daniel should really play this series, by the way.
Yeah, I think he would really like it, but
Yeah,
he just doesn't.
uh,
He's not a big
he's just ignorant.
JRPG fan just in general. So
No, not a gamer. To be some would
yeah,
say,
not really. I mean, he doesn't play
and
games to be fair.
doesn't play games anymore. No.
Oh,
I know we're here to talk about the news, but I need to tell you about how I feel. So yeah, so that was it. But Kiryu was cool when he was punching things. I was like, this guy's cool.
yeah, I really
That's
liked
his cool.
when you were able to like his special was the old beat 'em up combat from the older
Yeah.
games, and it was like that was cool. Like that's all I want.
Did you ever get stuck? Because obviously I over level to fuck all the time.
The fight we're just spoiling the entire fucking game for
No
people.
one's
Yeah,
no one's
Infinite
played it
Wealth.
before. It's
Yeah,
fun, look.
Infinite Wealth we're spoiling the shit out of. So I got stuck. Not stuck, but like it was hard for me the Majima fight in like the snow when like you met up with Kiryu's old friends towards the end of the game. And,
Oh
like,
shit! Yeah. I think I did it. I did do. I can imagine I was over level to fuck. So
yeah.
I can imagine it being a difficult fight.
It's funny because in the first Like the Dragon, you fight him again. You fight him as Ichiban, and I also I got stuck on that too. So it was just like both times I fought him in both games, I got stuck
in the snow when you meet his mate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
exactly.
I only got stuck really on the end of the dungeon fights.
Oh, okay. Like the one in Japan, because I remember that one be more difficult. Like the Kiryu side, the last boss fight, I did have trouble with that one. Yeah,
I had to. It was like you had to fight very specific way about beating him because, if you were, say if you got halfway through the battle, and if your HP was at least below 1,100, they were doing you straight away.
Yeah,
with this like mid-level power move, and then there was a robot we had to fight. It was, but no, yeah, but the story. I don't
you just sound fucking crazy. And then there was a robot you had to fight. Yeah.
I mean, I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer, and I was playing the game for 160 hours, and I swear to God there was something you fought a shark. I was like, I must have been imagining it. But like as the game progressed, I was like, I'm definitely not because this game is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna happen.
That's
And the
how I
next minute
was
I'm
too.
fighting a
It was like,
shark.
yeah, you didn't fight the shark till like the end, and I'm like, where's the
Yeah, I
shark
was like,
fight? I thought you were gonna be
where's the
fighting
shark
multiple
fight?
sharks throughout the game, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, you only fought one. Didn't you fight like a giant octopus at some point?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
In the volcano.
yeah. That was it.
And then obviously like the story's crazy with the Japanese Chi-chan
What about it?
being the influencer.
Oh
Like
yeah, good twist. Good
and then, but
twist.
it just makes me laugh because it was just like these head of like Yakuza are like talking to this fucking furry.
Yeah.
Like and like, yes, we are going to take over the world. And I'm like, what the fuck is going
I
on?
really liked the villain turn of the dude that was faking being in the wheelchair. I forget his name now.
That was
That was
deep,
great.
Like,
But like he was such a little fuck too that like I ended up
Yeah.
loving his character. You know, every time what did he say? Every time he was like, "Oh, weehoo, Ichiban," and it was just like, "Shut the fuck up." Fucking hated him.
he the ending, like it was such an ending, man. The way the game ended, like I feel like I've just started. Like, you probably feel the same as well. Like I'm okay not playing the last 17 the Yakuza's
Yeah,
because I feel like Ichiban is mine. If that
exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah,
And I know I've missed the second one. I missed the first one.
yeah,
But like I'd say he's up there with one of my favorite characters in video games of all time
100%. I fucking love Ichiban.
because he's just a fucking stupid bastard.
Yeah,
And I'm like, this is me with it. This is the Japanese hairy version of me
yeah,
because he's just so kind and like the guy wouldn't like I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but we saw the ending, and for him to put everything aside and to be like to do that and then convince him to do what he did. It was emotional, man. I love the game. It's one of the best experiences I've played.
you
One of
have
the best
to
experiences in
go
video games I've ever
play
had.
the original. You're gonna
Yeah,
love
like,
the original. Yeah,
and like when you talk about the business management, like
yeah. Yeah, my
and
thing with the old games is like
difficulty
I just don't like the beat 'em up combat as much, you know?
No,
Yeah, and then they're also they're just straight up in Japanese. You have to read the subtitles. It's
Yeah.
just like I don't really want that either. You go back, you remake them all again with turn-based combat and put English in it. I'm in. I'll go play them all,
in.
you know.
But so Kiryu's just nowhere to be seen in the last one.
He pops up. It's more of like a surprise thing, but yeah, he's in it, but not much.
But yeah, it was pleasant. It was a very pleasant game. I enjoyed it. It was a it just made me like turn based as well. I felt like I was playing Southpaw. Do you know what I mean? Southpaw, Stick of Truth, and like
Yeah,
it was the turn base was daft.
yeah,
And I'm like, oh, maybe I should try Persona, but that's just another commitment.
yeah.
Um,
No, legitimately,
I know
the
we-
last Like a Dragon was the game that made me like turn based. Sort of.
derail the conversation a bit more. I was at this kid's party. My daughter went horse riding, and for some reason, the kids that were invited, I've never mingled with the parents before. It was like very small horse riding party. It doesn't matter, but I was surrounded by these parents I've never spoken to. I don't know any of them. So then I was like, small talk. Oh, what we all doing at the weekend? And this guy was like, oh, I might put the PlayStation on and I might play a game. I was like, oh, we gonna play? He goes, oh, I might play Skyrim. I was like, oh, I've already lost him. He's out of date. He doesn't play video games.
It's out of date.
And then he goes, well, I used to be a QA tester. And I was like, what?
Oh, that's cool.
I never moved so fast. So we had like a whole hour of just chomping at the bit. So he worked with the Dead Space Wii game.
Sure, yeah.
He did that. He was
QA test for that,
chomping
really?
That's cool. We were chomping at the bit. It was one of the best conversations I've ever had. We were just talking about. I was interested in it. He was like, he was a bit taken aback. I was like, why are you so interested? I was like video games are my life. Like, I want to know everything. Like, from if you were the bus boy, if you were the tea boy, I want to know what tea you made. And he was just like explaining to me like what it was like, the amount of hours that he used to work. It's like we'd be there at 2 a.m. in the morning just waiting for a new build. of
Yeah.
the game.
Damn.
And he was just like, yeah. And he was like, right, we play it, then report all the bugs, try and break the game, etc., etc. He was saying, like, every time you submit a game to like Microsoft, it's like 20 grand.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, like 20 grand. And like, now these are small companies that no longer exist anymore. He's on about it when he got laid off. He just didn't have a job. What else was he saying that was really interesting? Um, what game was it? It was on about he did they Q tested basically they did a lot of shit like shovelware games like movie IP games. Obviously the Dead Space one's probably the most memorable, but he was on about one of the Pirates of the Caribbean games, and he was just like one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow. If he touched water, he'd die, but he's a pirate. He was like,
Surrounded
and he
by
was like,
water.
so obviously like he's wrote down on his notes. He's like, "Look, why are we dying in water?" And like, and the developers are like, it would take too much money, too much time to take send it, and then and lo and behold, the reviewers destroyed it. Why can't he? Why is water his like arch enemy? Um, yeah, it was
I like
incredible.
the
Like,
idea this dude's playing fucking an early build of Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah,
at World's End
that's
on
it. Though.
Wii. you
That
know,
was his job.
that sounds
But
horrible.
he said there was
That's
loads
a
of other
special
games,
kind
but
of hell.
it just took me aback. He was like, yeah, like just sat there waiting 2 o'clock in the morning. He said he worked 15, 20 hours, sleep on the floor, get up, do a build.
Oh, he had to like actually be in the building with that.
Yeah,
You
he
would
was
think. I guess
crunching.
maybe it was a late 2000s, probably around there
Yeah,
or whatever.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that makes more sense. You would think now
But
it's like
what?
you just take it all home and fucking play it all that way, and they send it all
But yeah,
digitally.
it
Yeah.
was incredible.
Interesting.
I've never been in like this guy was like fucking hell. Like we really got. We obviously went on to like bigger things and like talked about like Last of Us and whatever. I started crying talking about how like Last of Us like. But yeah, it was like such a like it was such an eye opening experience. One of the best. Honestly, I would die to tell everyone, like dying to tell you guys about it. But writing it down doesn't have as much impact. But yeah, he was a fantastic person. I was like, can I repeat anything you've just said to me? He was like, well, I don't give a fuck. And I was like,
Yeah, gonna come cracking down on you.
I can't remember the company. I can't remember the company it was now. But yeah, I was like, there is still companies around. Like obviously, Dead Island. That was made just out, Rod.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
wonder
yeah,
if he was like working for a third party external company and they would just send them random
can't
games.
remember. It was a company I've heard of. Like,
Oh,
no, I
was it?
don't know.
Okay.
Let's Google. I'll Google it. You introduce the show 20 minutes later. I
Okay,
do
let's get on
apologize.
with the show. No,
Uh,
you're good. All right. It has been another busy week in the world of video games, people. What do you want to start with here, Sims? What does
I can't.
Sims
I
want
don't
to
know.
talk about? Okay.
What's the biggest news?
Probably Xbox. Let's just head over to the world of Xbox and we'll get over all of their stuff, and then we'll continue on from there. First up then, Xbox has officially announced that their summer game showcase will be held on June 9th. That's a Sunday this year. I think it was. Is it always a Sunday? It might always be a Sunday with Xbox.
Xbox is always a Sunday.
Is it? Okay. June 9th, Sunday, June 9th. It will feature games from all the publishers underneath the brand. They also said there will be another direct immediately after the show featuring a secret game from a popular franchise. But The Verge is already reporting that that game will be this year's Call of Duty. Steven Sims getting the Xbox showcase early June as usual. Should be a pretty big one this year. Getting another direct immediately after that, similar to last year, like they did with Starfield. But it seems this year's will be for this year's Call of Duty. How you feeling about it?
Feels like E3 season, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's always exciting. Whatever era we're in now, Summer Games Fest, fucking whatever it is, E3's dead. Rest in peace. Is it's always I'm gonna repeat myself again. It's exciting. So I mean, they've got all the Activision stuff. Seem to be making some great decisions. Obviously, there was a big massive scare. Obviously, I've missed all this, haven't I? So obviously, the big scare of Xbox going here, there, and everywhere, and they weren't. So it was all over nothing. obviously the games that went over to PlayStation 5, they seem like the right games to go over, but no one really talks about them anymore. I'm sure they've got a community. I mean,
I think
obviously Todd
Sea of
Howard.
Thieves just launched today.
Was it today?
I think it's today. I think I just read a tweet.
I thought it was already out.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Todd Howard. Like Todd Howard did that interview the other day, and he was like, Greg
Great,
was
we're
like,
gonna talk about it.
this, and he was like, everything he said went back to Fallout 76 because they're still selling that game, and by the sounds of it, it's doing really well.
Yeah, the show brought the popularity up of that show. The show brought
100%.
the popularity up of
Yeah.
that game. Yeah.
So
Shit, it's even
yeah,
got me
all
interested in downloading Fallout 76. If I'm being
I
honest.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I put New Vegas on the Steam Deck yesterday, which ran beautifully.
Yeah, I've been playing the shit out of Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and yeah, now I'm like, do I try 76? You know, like how fun is that single player? I just don't know. Yeah.
Oh God.
But showcase, like, what are we expecting here?
Yeah.
Any big
What are we
things? Obviously,
expecting?
Gear 6 is all but confirmed at this point. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that
Yeah.
at all, but it's pretty much been
Seen
reported
something,
that's getting
yeah.
revealed at the June date. I'd imagine you end with that, right? And with Gear 6, I don't think it'll come out this year or anything, but like end with a Gear 6 teaser trailer 2025. You know, I'd imagine we'll get that fall 2025. The Call of Duty thing, it's Treyarch this year. It's supposed to be, oh God, what are they fucking doing? Black Ops fucking some war. I don't know what war it is. One of the wars.
One of the wars.
Yeah, one of the wars out there. So that'll be there. Anything else you're particularly excited for?
Xbox. I mean, what are we expecting? I mean, oh, can I just take a moment tomorrow, the 1 year anniversary of
Don't do it. No, you don't need to say that. You really don't need to
what's
bring
the
that up.
game?
You
What
don't
is
need
it
to. It's
called?
called Redfall, and you don't need to bring it up.
Redfall, man. Did it ruin my birthday last year? Yes, 100%. Because how can my favorite developer make a game that looks decent? The
It's
worst
not.
game ever.
It's not your favorite developer. Okay, your favorite developer is Arcane Leon. Okay, this is Arcane Austin. Different.
They're like Arcane. They're AKR.
Different.
What are we expecting? I mean, are we expecting surprises? Are we expecting?
I mean, they own every
Obviously-
developer under the sun now, so yeah, I'm expecting a lot. You know,
But is it too early? I mean, they did that great bit of business with
it can't be too early
Toys
though.
for-
You know,
is
like
it
they're
Toys for Bob?
yeah, Toys for Bob. So Toys for Bob is now separated
let them-
from
they
them.
let
They
them
let
go,
them
didn't
go,
they?
but they have a
And then said,
contract
"Oh,
to make their next game for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
so
is a great bit of business.
and,
So
and
I mean,
it's more
and that-
unlikely. Just putting it's more unlikely Spyro 4. It seems like they've already been well into
Yeah,
development on that
that's- I think
game, which
by the
is
sounds
why
of it, that's
the
already
urgency
understood.
to make the deal with Microsoft, right,
Yeah.
to keep that game in development. So I could definitely see that being revealed here, a Spyro 4, which
She's
would
been
be
rumored
exciting.
for years.
Yeah. I'm expecting updates from
Isn't-
games last year, right? That we saw last year. Fable, Clockwork
Oh,
Revolution.
Fable, yeah.
Yeah, some other stuff like
Clockwork
that.
Revolution,
Yeah, like I'm expecting
I mean,
maybe not hard dates on those, but like at least a 2025 at the end of those. You know, I think we already kind of have the
Hopefully
roadmap
with
set for
DLC.
what the rest of Xbox year looks like this year, right? But
see-
next year,
are we gonna see Hollow Knight? We've got to, right? It's
Yeah,
already
it's
been
got
rated
to.
about 4 times.
it's got to, yeah,
Is that a shadow drop for a nice little juicy
yeah. I wouldn't
Or
be
is that-
surprised if that's a shadow drop or coming out very soon, at least. You know, July, August, I'd imagine. So, I mean, the big ones that I'm expecting to see again would be Fable, Clockwork Revolution, and Perfect Dark. Where's Perfect Dark been? That was revealed forever ago at this point. It's I think it's time to re-reveal that. And I want like deep dives into gameplay on these things. Maybe not like super long, but like I want to see Fable actually running. Like I want to see them
gameplay.
yeah, in game. I want to see a guy maybe with a controller on stage running around the world of Fable. Same thing with Clockwork Revolution.
Do we?
Yeah, they don't. But like, okay, I at least just want to see fucking gameplay of it. You know, like actual gameplay. Last year there was the whole hullabaloo with like, is this in game? Is it not? And the developers are saying it is in game, but it looks like a cutscene. Just show us the fucking game at this point. It's
100%.
same thing with
Yeah.
Clockwork Revolution and same thing with Perfect Dark.
I don't think we see Perfect Dark.
You don't think so? It's just been
No,
so
I think
long, man. That was like
I think it's just. I think
2022.
that's gone. Yeah, and I think that's just gone back to the drawing board, and it stayed on the drawing board.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Crystal Dynamics is the majority developer on that now. I know it's supposed to be under the Initiative, but that's apparently a very small team. So it's like I think the Initiative is still like shepherding the game, but Crystal Dynamics are the ones really developing it, and they're also developing the new Tomb Raider game at the same time. So Perfect Dark is a weird one. I just think it's time to see that again.
Maybe we see the rumored Dishonored 3.
No.
But mind you, that's rumored, isn't it? But then Arcane are making Blade, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Arcane Leon, they got that Blade money or whatever. Or
Blade money.
However, they got that Marvel cash now, right? And I think they're working on that. So I wouldn't hold your breath for Dishonored 3. Maybe from the Austin team, I guess. But do you really want that now after Redfall, right? Like, you really want the Austin team working on a Dishonored 3? Because you might not like how that turns out.
Are we too hard on Redfall?
I don't know. None of us have played it, to be fair, so.
Why did we not play it?
I don't know. Bad reviews.
Can you believe it?
Ain't got time for bad games when there's a new 10 out of 10 every other fucking week, right?
Last year was rough on it.
Yeah. Rough one.
Just showered in riches. Oh god! Hopefully we see nice Gears of War stuff.
Yeah, I think Gear 6 end the show. I think that'll be good. I mean, you can go through, right? Like Bethesda side of things, you got id Software out there who's haven't put out a game since 2020 now. They should be kind of ready to go.
Would we know about Forza Horizon now, wouldn't we? Or are they quite good at going Forza Horizon June, here you are in October?
Yeah, I don't know if there is a new Horizon game. Yeah, I mean, they could announce that there. I don't know, though, because that team is also now making Fable. So it's like, are they hard at work on that? I hope they're hard at work on that.
Horizon's easy money, though. I mean, it's not easy to develop, but it's easy money, right?
For sure, and they definitely want that cadence of constantly releasing Forza Horizon games. So, yeah, I mean, you could be on something there.
I hope not. Who's got that in the Fantasy Critic?
Someone does. I counterpicked it because I don't think it would come out this year. So please don't.
Yeah,
please don't.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Fucked. But no, yeah. I mean, Xbox. Hopefully, I think like you're right. I think you hit the nail on the head. It is just literally just updates on what we've already seen.
Yeah.
I think they'd be a bit silly to just go, "Here's more."
Yeah.
Because it's like.
I don't want more teaser trailers is kind of my main thing. Like, we're done with teaser trailers for these things. Do not re-reveal these things with another teaser trailer. Show us a somewhat in-depth look at these games now.
Indiana Jones, we'll probably see a proper gameplay.
Yeah, and then games that they plan on coming out this fall, I imagine those will probably get the actual real deep dive into. If not on the show, maybe a thing afterwards or whatever. They love doing those with like developer interviews while they show gameplay over those. I could see another deep dive into Avowed, another deep dive into Indiana Jones, whatever else they got. Microsoft Flight Simulator. They got that Tower Boring game coming out. So yeah, I'd imagine all those. And then those I'm expecting dates, right? Avowed, I'm expecting a date if it is coming out this year. Indiana Jones, same thing. If it is coming out this year, expecting an actual date.
Because if Hollow Knight if that gets like a, let's say, I don't know, hypothetical October 31st it gets.
Yeah.
Is that treated like a AAA big Xbox big deal?
Probably on their stage, I'd imagine, right?
Because if you can, you may as well hype it up to 4, can you?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe we see Death Doors 2. Little trailer of that. That could be.
Yeah, now you're really getting into the weeds. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It has been a while since that game, huh?
Game 2020.
2020 indeed. Okay. Well, all right. We are looking forward to the Xbox
21
showcase. 21. That's when it was. 21. What are you, 21 Savage?
21.
I love that man's commitment to saying 21 over and over again.
I love it. I do. Yeah. I only twigged when I was like listening to him a few songs. I listened to the Spider-Man soundtrack, and he was like 21. I was like, this guy does 21. And then it's another one. He's like 21.
Really promotes his brand. Yeah, loves that. Loves that number. It's a great number.
Have you heard Kendrick's diss?
I did. Yeah. You know, I didn't like
I'm
Kendrick's diss
completely out of the loop.
as much as honestly, I think J. Cole's diss track was better than both Drake's and Kendrick's at this point.
I've not heard J
But
Cole.
well,
I'm out the loop a
J.
bit.
Cole
To be
backed
fair, I don't
out
really
because
understand.
he's acting like a bitch. So
He said sorry.
yeah, he said sorry. It's like, all right,
I
come
said
on, bud.
sorry.
Like, have some fun here.
Don't call. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're all love,
or
man. They're all
whatever.
making money, aren't they? They're not bothered.
Yeah, it's like calm down. This is all fake, anyways. You don't need to fucking apologize. All right.
Until somebody gets shot.
Hopefully Drake. Moving on then. Uh,
Not Drake.
yeah, but if he died, I wouldn't really mind. In a recent interview with Kinda Funny, Todd Howard confirmed that they plan to release Starfield Shattered Space expansion this fall, and also hinted at multiple Fallout games being in the works. Since then, today we also got some more news on Starfield. We got a list of updates coming out in May. There'll be a 60 frames per second mode coming out finally in May 15th. This is when this all drops. There'll be surface world maps, which I know was a big thing. I think you were definitely complaining about that, especially.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, everybody wants
But
the
it's just
maps
dropping
for
at
the
the wrong
cities and
time.
stuff. There'll be new difficulty options, new ship customizations, all that. So
See
it
the
seems
picture
like,
of the maps.
yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Yeah, looks great. So big update for Starfield coming in May, and then Shattered Space expansion coming out sometime in the fall. Rumored to be September.
It's a shame though that all this like Fallout hype is not. I've not gone all Starfield. Like,
Yeah.
I just stopped playing it one day, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of
like,
people
I really
throwing
wanna-
out like is because they're kicking themselves right now that they made Starfield and not Fallout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was so surprised with the Fallout TV series, like, when especially it came out because I was interested. I was moderately interested because I was like, oh, it's on Amazon, so it'd be a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Me and a mate of mine watched it at work on the trailer, and we were like, oh, this is all right, yeah. And then for it to come out in nines, and obviously him out of Justified, what's his name? Raylan Givens, as I call him.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins, like he's incredible. So anything with him in isn't great. So yeah, I can't believe it. And like I'm episode 5, so and I don't get me wrong, like a few of the characters I can give a take, but the best part of the show right now for me is the mystery behind the bolts.
I don't want to say anything to spoil it now. Yeah.
No. I obviously they've just where I am, they went over to 32, and it was blood everywhere, dead bodies.
Yeah.
And then a night later, she's opened it up and it's all clean.
The mystery of the vault section of the show is probably like the most compelling part of the entire show. Yeah.
And him, the soldier guy, I couldn't be arsed with. I'm not arsed. And then her, she seems to be the like hardness of it, everything.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely, I fucking love the show, man. It was just so cool.
Yeah, it's great.
They just nailed the
like,
aesthetic of everything.
Yeah, the noises,
the
music,
the
intro with the TV.
It's so great that like it takes place in the video game world, you know. And it's like this is why I'm like I put the show above The Last of Us even because
me and Natalie were saying it.
Yeah,
like because The Last of Us could be just a TV show.
Yeah, I think I would probably still like The Last of Us more had I never played these games, you know? But having played The Last of Us and knowing all the major story beats that are to come while you're watching that season, The Last of Us is still great, don't get me wrong. But it's just so cool to have a new Fallout story in the same world, right? It's like I think like for the gamers that actually play these games, it's a little bit better to have an original story.
Yeah, it was really yeah, I mean, the problem was just explaining is like the everything they've done, like the TV intro and the music, like the world on fire. I love it. It's like it's just sick. Like, and then I'm like, oh, what should I do tonight? And I'm like, Hades, or should I play Fallout New Vegas? And fair enough, I put Fallout New Vegas on. I'm in the problem, like I can't start anything because I'm gonna start something big tomorrow. So I'm just like, if I didn't have anything on, I'd play a load of Fallout or a load of Starfield. But my life's so difficult. Ooh,
so difficult. You gotta play all these games.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What am I moaning about? There's people out there dying.
So Todd mentioned multiple Fallout games being in development or something like that. He alluded to the fact that there might be a couple projects going on with Fallout. We do know from the FTC leaks back last year that a Fallout 3 remastered is in the works of some sort. So it seems like that's one of them. But also in that leak, it wasn't being made by Bethesda themselves. So I don't know if that's necessarily what he's referring to. I don't know. It's interesting because everyone's just begging for a new Fallout game now, right? It's like everybody's in the mood.
10 years old.
10 years
10 years
old,
old
yeah,
now.
Fallout 4.
Come
So
on, next year.
it's been a
It's
long time. And it's so funny because it's very likely we get through the entirety of this television show, however many seasons it ends up being, before a Fallout 5 comes out. You know, and like that's a real thing. That's a real problem that Microsoft needs to solve here somehow.
it did the interview was very much for Todd, a way of saying, yeah, you're moaning, but there's Fallout 76.
Yeah.
There's Fallout. Everything was led to every question was then deflected by, yeah, these are great games, and we're really proud of them. But right now we're working on Fallout 76. Greg was like, blah blah blah. He was like, yeah, these are great games. We're having a great time. We really appreciate all the feedback. Fallout 76 is our main pro, and I was like, maybe Todd's onto something.
Yeah. No, he is. I think that's different from a couple angles, right? Like for the gamers that have played all these games, of course, we want something new to go with the new Fallout show, right? Like we want a new Fallout game because we've already played all the old Fallout games. And then from Todd's perspective, they should want a new Fallout game during this time, during like the peak of its popularity, because they're selling the old Fallout games for dirt cheap now, right? Like they're making nothing off those. Like Fallout New Vegas was like $2.50 on Steam this entire time. You know, so it's like, okay, how much are you guys really making off that? Probably not much.
I
Granted,
bought New Vegas for $2.
yeah, and then like you look on fucking Xbox, they got sales on Fallout games. So Fallout 3 is like $5 or whatever the fuck, and you get all the DLC for like 50 cents. So it's just like you guys are selling more copies of Fallout games, but it's just unfortunate that they're so dirt cheap right now that you guys aren't really making any money off that. It is just very cool to see everybody into Fallout, though. Like, I'm talking to people at work about Fallout, you know, and it's just like, what a world. What a world I could live in where I can go to work and talk to people about Fallout, of all things. What a nerdy thing to even bring up. But, yeah, because Fallout, you know, it was super popular, especially when like 4 came out. You know, like everybody was playing Fallout 4, but it just had that dip over the last decade where it really hasn't been that popular. And it's nice to see everybody love Fallout yet again.
Yeah, the topic of discussion is how long do we have to wait? And it's like, why can't? Surely there's conversations with Phil and Todd. It feels like we've got this IP. It's flourishing now. I mean, it would flourish anyway. Why can't we let with your wish and your overseeing? Why can't we just let somebody have a look at it and then see what happens? And maybe that is happening. Like, I don't think we'll be waiting another 10 years for another one. I think we'll get Fallout. I know, part of my ignorance. Kansas City. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, God, what a boring game that would fucking be.
Well, I was like San Francisco, but I was like, oh, there's just water in it at that point.
Kansas City.
Like...
No, I'm with you. I do think we'll definitely get something Fallout before a proper Fallout 5, which like we still won't get Fallout 5 for another 10 years probably. Like, honestly.
You know, if they dropped a Fallout Shelter 2 tomorrow, we'd all be buzzing.
Yeah, 100%. But I don't know,
How
like,
many hours did we lose?
will they let Obsidian make another Fallout game? It's an interesting question. You know, it's that'd be cool. But like, does Obsidian even?
Whose choice is that now, though?
It should be Phil's, right? And it's like,
yeah.
With that, it's funny because I just go back to like when they first bought Bethesda. What I would have done with Obsidian is pretty much just made them another Bethesda team. And just had it be on a cycle of like, okay, Bethesda Game Studios is making Elder Scrolls 6 right now. Obsidian, you're making a new Fallout game. You're making New Vegas 2, right? And then Bethesda moves on to Fallout 5. Obsidian's making Elder Scrolls whatever, and I would have just gone with a cycle of that. Granted, I know a lot of people probably don't want that because they want Obsidian to make their own original things and have their ideas be put out there and stuff. But like, let's be honest, Outer Worlds and Avowed are nothing compared to Fallout and Elder Scrolls. You know, it's just I think we'll all be much more excited about a Fallout or Elder Scrolls coming from Obsidian than we would be about Outer Worlds or Avowed, and that's just the world that we live in, Sims.
Yeah, it's what they've got so much to play with, and like, when does Phil put his foot down and go? Unfortunately, now these are our RPs.
Yeah.
So
if it is like a situation where Todd's being stubborn, or you know the higher ups over at Bethesda Game Studios is being stubborn and like, we don't really want other people messing with our IP. You gotta come in if you're Phil and just be like, yeah, I don't care, bud. You know, like these are our IP now.
Who left? Was it P. Hines?
P. Hines left. Yeah, he was the.
There's got to be a reason behind that.
For sure. I mean, again, he's a PR guy, right? It wasn't necessarily a developer, so it's like, granted, he was a huge part of Bethesda. Yeah, I mean, well, what he was alluded to, because there was some leaked emails from the FTC cases with Pete Hines, where he was unhappy with games not coming out on other consoles and stuff, and yeah, I mean, we don't really know what happened behind the scenes there. Maybe he just wanted to retire too. That's always possible. But yeah,
no, it has to be drama.
Has to be drama. They all hate each other.
So I mean, we haven't obviously just making the show really long.
I think the Fallout 3 remaster is a good thing to hold us over for a long time. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, or give us all
depending on the scale of that. Also, that can't just be it's in 4K, it's 60 frames. You know, that has to be like a full-on remake, pretty much.
100%. What do you, with obviously with all the controversy in January? Do you think they will release Starfield on PS5 in another year?
Yeah.
Do you think that's?
Yeah, I think at some point. I think.
Sorry, I think it stops at Halo. Like, if Halo goes over, then it's a step too far. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but like
the PlayStation 5 controller.
I think depending on how successful these first 4 are, will tell us a lot about what other games are coming over, if everything. And like judging from the pre-orders, Sea of Thieves has already been very successful. Granted, we don't really know numbers on like Pentiment or Hi-Fi Rush or the games that have already come out, Grounded. But yeah, depending on how successful those are, I just think we're leading more and more into Xbox just bringing everything over. And I think eventually 2-3 years from now, we're gonna get to them bringing everything over day and date. And then I also think PlayStation is like, I mean, there's a lot of rumors they're talking about bringing Helldivers 2 to Xbox and stuff like that. I just think we're living in a world now where everything's going to be on everything at some point.
Crash is king, isn't it?
Yeah. And granted, this is another point that I've been bringing up is like, they're going to take hits, you know, and this is something I'm not sure Xbox or PlayStation are really thinking about is Xbox is going to take Game Pass hits by putting games on PlayStation, you know? Like, I know they don't care about their console sales necessarily, but that is their main thing of how they get Game Pass numbers up still, is their console. There's like, I think it was like 70% of Game Pass is still on console. So, you know, you're going to take hits on that. That is going to be less customers. There's already going to be people that are seeing Xbox games coming over to PlayStation that are now thinking, well, if everything's coming to PlayStation anyways, why would I buy an Xbox? Thus, Xbox is now losing a Game Pass customer, or a potential Game Pass customer at the very least. So it's like, I don't think there's like an even trade-off here where it's like, oh, we're going to have our Game Pass numbers rise, we're going to have our console sales rise, and we're going to put games on PlayStation. I don't think it works like that. I think you lose out on certain things. Same thing with the PlayStation side. I think you are going to sell less PS5s, which is PlayStation's main focus, so they can get that 30% through selling games on their store page, right? It's like, I think if you guys bring games over to Xbox and even PC a little bit, right? It's you guys are then going to lose out on however low of a number the console sales will be, or potential console buyers.
I think, you know, if they just had like their 5 own exclusives, that would be okay, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but then it's like, how long, you know? Because it's like,
just
as soon as
have the exclusive.
as soon as Xbox brought one game over, it's now a lot of people are in the mindset of like, well, eventually everything's gonna come over, you know. So why would I buy an Xbox? Same thing with
But the
PlayStation.
games do make sense. That obviously, like, Hi-Fi Rush is a bit different here, but like, like with it being like Sea of Thieves, etc.
I
That
think
makes sense.
if and when they announce Starfield is coming to PlayStation, that's it. Then everything's coming in my mind. At least at some point, you know.
I just think you can't bring over Halo.
I hope they do. I mean, Halo's like the one I really want because I will go through and I will platinum every fucking Halo game, and that'll be the best time of my life.
I suppose I don't have that. For me, I just don't want it. I just don't want them on that console. What's the next story?
All right, moving on then. Xbox held a ID at Xbox event in collaboration with IGN earlier this week. Sims, we don't gotta go through everything that was here. Did you watch it? Did you catch anything? Anything catch your eye?
To be honest with you, no, completely passed me by.
Okay. There was that Lost Records Bloom and Rage game, which is like Life is Strange meets Stranger Things.
I didn't see it. Has that been trailered up? Has it?
Yeah, we've seen it a couple times now, or at least once before.
Is it like a?
It's pretty much Life is Strange. No, it's not a D&D type thing. There's 33 Immortals, which is like a multiplayer game from the Spiritfarer guy. Yeah, they're in a band or something like that. I don't really know what's going on in there either. Whatever. It's just Stranger Things kids running around. Looks fun. 33 Immortals from the Spiritfarer guys, which I think was a game you were pretty into. Or maybe it was Natalie was super into that. But whatever.
She was well into that.
Yeah, cool. So their next game's coming out. It starts beta May 24th, and I think the full thing's supposed to release later this year still. So keep an eye on that one. Nothing else really caught my eye too much.
What was that game that he put in the chat?
Sulfur. Daniel was into the Sulfur game. Yeah,
that Sulfur didn't look. That Sulfur. I've come to the conclusion if a first person shooter doesn't look any better than Call of Duty, it's not good.
I like the art style to be fair, but it's gonna be all about how that game ends up playing, right?
Exactly, and it's just like if it's not as crisp as Call of Duty. Unfortunately, like first person shooters can only be done by one person now.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
And that's id.
And if it's like first person, it can't be just a first person shooter. Like Dishonored's first person, but that's almost like there's platforming and etc. I know Starfield's first person shooter, but I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I know.
I saw it and it's like, well, what are you trying to do? What's the other game? There's another game. There's another game that you put on there.
Let me click back in here. What was it? Like, what are you referring to? Was it like
game that he was on about?
I mean, there's Power World was in here. Some game called Stampede, which is a racing game. Yeah.
I'll look. You keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, Vampire Survivors DLC if you're into that. So yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Have you played any of that? Yeah.
Vampire Survivors? Yeah, I played a good amount last year, like right after it came out. I like that game. The game, the game is pretty fun.
I don't think I've got the patience for it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's keep running through this.
We need to talk about that as well. I got another thing to talk about. But
we're running out of time here, bud.
Just get to what you've been playing.
All right. Next up, then, real quick one. To celebrate the game's 3-year anniversary, Housemarque has announced that Returnal will be getting a graphic novel from Dark Horse Comics.
Oh, that was a bit sad, wasn't it?
Yeah. Weird to tease it like that, you know? You kind of come out and you, like, tease a new Returnal thing. Of course, we're all going to think it's, like, a new game or something like that. But, nonetheless, it was a comic. Yeah. Go get them, Returnal fans. Next news story, then. This one's exciting for me. Maybe not you. Multiple movie insiders are reporting that a Kingdom Hearts animated movie is in the works over at Disney. It was originally planned to be a Disney Plus series, but it seems the company has opted to make a feature film instead out of the series. As well, and this is on top of the news, there's a well-known leaker in the video game industry that's claiming Kingdom Hearts 4 will release sometime in 2025. Steven Sims, I know you're a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I know you're into this. I know you can't wait to line up day one for the Kingdom Hearts movie. You and your pals gonna be out there. You're gonna be dressed up like Sora, and then your two friends are gonna be dressed up like Donald and Goofy, and you're gonna be in line at the movie theater. You're gonna have your little popcorn and a giant keyblade, and you're gonna be sitting there munching on your popcorn while you and your friends are sitting there at midnight with a bunch of kids in the audience, and you're sitting there crying your eyes out watching the Kingdom Hearts movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's how I picture. I picture you with like a Sora wig, and you got the spikes coming out, and you got giant shoes on. Giant fucking shoes.
Giant fucking shoes on. My shoes
Ah.
are massive anyway. You know what? Go get them. What I mean, like very briefly, like what do you what's the perfect? How's it gonna work? Because are you gonna have what Goofy, Mickey, Sora,
Yeah.
Keyblade, and then what you get? What Act
I
One?
would try to simplify the
Act One, you
story
have
from
Toy
one
Story.
if I'm being honest. I wouldn't even do Toy Story. I would try to simplify Kingdom Hearts 1's story and put that into a 2-hour movie. I think that's the simplest way to go about this. If you want to do like an original thing, fine, but I don't really know how that's necessarily going to turn out. I would hope if it is an original story that Square Enix is like heavily involved somehow, like get Tetsuya Nomura to write it. He made Advent Children back in the day anyway, so it's like he's experienced with movies. Yeah, that's what
Rogers.
I would do. So like I would in my mind I would start off like how you normally start off with the kids on the beach in Kingdom Hearts 1, right? And then introduce them all from there. And then just get into the whole saving the princesses thing. But like limit it to like 3 princesses. That way they're down to like fucking Snow White, fucking Alice in Wonderland, and I don't fucking know, Sleeping Beauty or whatever the fuck, right? And then you just go to like those 3 Disney worlds. I don't know, because it'd be hard. And like the original Kingdom Hearts game, there's like I think 7 worlds altogether. So it's like you couldn't fit that all in one movie. But that's how I would do it. Have Donald, Goofy, and Sora bounce around to these different worlds. And then you're gonna have to change it up a little bit because the original Kingdom Hearts game follows the story of the movies. So it's like you're gonna kind of want an original story there and not just follow the story of the movies within those worlds, because that's just gonna that won't be good. That like you're gonna do a super short version of movies that we've already seen in a movie. That doesn't sound
You've
right.
not thought of this, then. You've not thought about this much, have you?
No, not really. I really don't know how this would go. It's a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. I don't know if I necessarily want this as a giant Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm just like, I don't really. A movie doesn't really do it for me. Kingdom Hearts is already a thing that takes movies and then puts them in the game, right? Takes Disney
Yeah.
movies and then puts them in the game. Now you're gonna make a movie out of that property. I don't know. Like they're gonna have to show me a trailer that looks good before I get excited.
Did you? Do you think you'll get the game next year?
Kingdom Hearts 4? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think they're kind of lining up for that year. There's a lot of trouble going on with Square Enix right now with like a bunch of canceled projects that they recently had. They lost a shit ton of money. So I think and Kingdom Hearts rakes in the dough for them. It really does. So
Breaks in the dough.
it does, man. And yeah.
Look at them shoes.
Look at them. Look at those giant shoes. I forgot I had that. I looked over. I was like, "Oh yeah."
When did you get that? Is that new, isn't it?
Yeah, it's new. It's like the newest amiibo. It's the only amiibo I own, but yeah,
Yeah.
had to buy that one. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4. I do think it'll come out next year. I think that lines up well for Square. I mean, because they have Visions of Mana still coming out this year for them, so I think that'll come out this year. And then yeah, I think they'll try to land Kingdom Hearts 4 at the early 2025 stage, kind of where Rebirth was this year. Try to get it out right around then. I know it sounds unlikely to people with Kingdom Hearts history of taking years and years and years of development before actually coming out. So people kind of don't believe that Kingdom Hearts 4 could possibly be ready after one reveal trailer 2 years ago and never seeing it again. But I actually believe them. I think the Kingdom Hearts team they stopped making the spin-off side games, right? So they've clearly been working on something. They've been working on this game since 2020. That'd be 5 years, 5-year development cycle. Makes sense to me. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out next year.
I'm looking forward to it for you.
Me too. I'm gonna be all up in that game.
All up in that sheet.
real quick, we'll do the MPD numbers since those just came out, and that'll be our last news story.
MPD numbers of
Tim,
the week.
hit the song.
Just me and Connor today. We're gonna go from 10 to 1.
20.
20 to 1.
There you go. All right. Your MPD numbers for the month of March 2024. Number 20, Mortal Kombat 1.
I always think the top of the pop song.
Number 20, Mortal Kombat 1. Number 19, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Number 18, Mario Kart 8. Number 17, Elden Ring. Number 16, Rainbow Six Siege. Number 15, Tekken 8. Number 14, jumping up from number 107 last month, Horizon 2 Forbidden West. That's that that PC port for you. Number 13, Minecraft. Number 12, EA Sports FC 2024. Number 11, Madden NFL 24. Number 10, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 9, this is a new one, WWE 2K24. Sims, did you pick this one?
Yeah, baby. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Okay, cool. Maybe Sims could
this one
report back on that.
It's the one that I'm like, ooh, I missed last year. I really want to get into that My Faction shit.
Okay. Hell yeah. Number 8, Unicorn Overload, new one. Good for them.
Nice.
Getting all the way up to number 8. Number 7, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Number 6,
Yeah, baby.
Princess Peach Showtime. Number 5, Rise of the Ronin. Another new one. Princess Peach? No, I did not. Daniel played it. The reviews kind of put me off. And then, like, I don't know, Daniel was explaining it, and I was just kind of like, I don't know if I want to spend $60 on that, you know? If Nintendo would ever put their games on sale, then I'd get it.
Never.
They don't. Number 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Number 3, another new one, MLB The Show 24, which I forgot came out. So there you go.
Yeah, come out. Didn't really come out to much fanfare. They must. I think
it's the same every year, right? These,
yeah,
it's just like it just kind of comes
like,
out. I think the baseball fans know about it, and then people like us, it just kind of goes right over.
It's normally a bigger deal, isn't it? Because obviously it's on the Games Pass and it's a Sony game, and
yeah.
But yeah, bit of a wet fart. Right, number two.
Number 2, Helldivers 2. And then
nice. I need to play this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give in.
Yeah, hey, if you jump on it, I'll jump on it with you.
I just feel like I've missed that. Because I chose Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and I missed Prince of Persia.
I just don't really want to play it single player, you know? Like, I'm just like, I don't know.
You gotta play with
you got to play it with people. And then your number 1 for the month of March, Dragon's Dogma 2, which is already now the 3rd highest selling game of the year. Good for them.
How about you? How you feeling about that?
On a sale, you know, it's one of those where it's like a risk because I don't know if I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if I really want to spend 70 on that. When I see it on a sale, though, you know, like end of the year type of thing, you could see it being like 40, 30 bucks. So maybe I'll pick it up then and try it out, see if I like it. But yeah, it's one of those that's like a risk for me because like I look at the gameplay of that and I'll be entirely honest, it looks bad to me. Like the combat, I'm just like, that doesn't look fun.
Every time I look at it, it's a different game.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever caught. Actually, I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I'll try it eventually, but I'll have to get that one on a sale. Let me see if there's any notable things for the year here. Rise of Ronin is already the 14th best-selling game of the year. Like I said, Dragon's Dogma 2 already the 3rd highest selling game of the year. MLB The Show, to be fair, is already the 5th highest selling game of the year. So yeah, I guess that really does just not fucking pertain to us. And yeah, those are your updates for MPD for the month of March. That'll do it for the news, people. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. James, you already talked about Like a Dragon. Have you been playing anything else over the last few months?
Last 7 days has been a whirlwind of emotions.
Okay. Why is that?
So I was like, I've got a week to play my video games before the big video game. My kids. She was like, "Oh, why don't you play?" Can you hear my kids talking? By the way.
No. Yeah, no, I don't hear.
Brilliant. That's good. She was like, Hellblade.
Ooh, have you never played Hellblade?
No, I never played it. I've always said I'll play it around the time the second one comes out.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
kind of funny doing a review of it.
Yeah,
next week. Yeah. I was thinking about replaying it.
where are you at with this game?
Hellblade? Hellblade 2 is like currently my most anticipated game with a date.
What was number 1 like? Why did you play number 1 first?
Why did I play number 1? I don't know. It looked good to me. And like, especially at the time, it was just like being promoted as an indie game. And I guess it still kind of is an indie game, although it don't look like an indie game. But yeah, at the time, it's funny because the first one I didn't hear about until I went with a friend to watch E3 in the movie theater. You know, when PlayStation will put them in the movie theater. Yeah, and they handed out a bunch of Hellblade like stickers or some shit. And I was like, what is this? Hellblade? I had no idea what it was. And it was coming out that August, so like 2 months after that. I just had no idea what it was. And then I looked into that. And I was like, oh, this game actually looks really cool. And then, yeah, I played through it. And I really liked it. I really like Senua as a character. I really liked the story of it. The whole whispering thing and her mind going crazy with whatever it was. That whole aspect was really cool. Combat was pretty fun, pretty crisp. And I just like the vibe of it and how weird everything is. Cool enemy design, stuff like that. To be honest, I don't really remember how the story fully went, but you know, it's more a game I just played for vibes. If I'm being entirely honest.
Trials. She's been trialed for everything.
Yeah. I know she's like trying to deliver her dead husband's ashes or something like that, or is that God of War?
The head. Yeah.
Oh, that's the head.
It's very weird.
The head,
honestly, I played it. I still don't understand it. So I didn't love it.
Okay.
And this could be just a me problem. So like I enjoyed, don't get me wrong, the beginning of the game was incredible. Like being introduced to the whispering and the thoughts in her head, and
you know, play with headphones?
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty much how my head my head is every day. It's like, you're not very good, Steve. Why are you getting out of bed for? Like, you're not very good. You're not very good father. You're not very good. Why are you going to work for? You're not very good. You're going to lose your job soon. It's very much very.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels like that.
Very real life.
I can't tell if the whispers were in my head or hers. You know.
No, honestly, I was like, can you just shut up because I'm trying to listen to her whispers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The environments are really good. The voice acting, her performance is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
For saying they were like, do you just want to have a go? She's like, yeah. And then it all worked out for her. I think, but when it came to the gameplay, once all the bells and whistles were stripped back, it was very boring. I didn't enjoy the combat as much. Don't get me wrong. I love the banging parry, but it was very repetitive.
I hated the puzzles. I remember those.
I hated them all.
The puzzles were terrible in that game
because the game doesn't explain anything. Obviously, they try and explain it through the whispering, but I'm very much a basic bitch, and I'm like, I need text at the bottom of the screen to say line up the memory with real life.
Yeah, I just remember that one where you had to like line up the light with the 3 things, and it was like a triangle you had to coordinate. I don't know.
I just took me ages.
Yeah,
like I had to Google. I was like, "What's going on?" Some of them were really good, like follow the whispers, or you'd get like you're in this maze. One was like you're getting chased by fire. That was ridiculously annoying. I swear I nearly fucked the whole game up. I was like probably 2 deaths away from the game going, "No, you've done." Because obviously I had that mechanic of like if you get done by the rot, you go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
Although I don't think that ever happens. Like, I don't think anyone's ever. Yeah, I think that there was some controversy around that because, like, they were like lying to some extent, where like the game never actually fully restarts.
Really? Because it kind of it takes the save completely.
It like threatens you with that.
Yeah, my complaint is just I think they put everything into everything, and then the gameplay and the puzzles weren't the puzzles weren't accessible at the time. I think now, you'll start Hellblade 2 and the puzzles will be hints.
Yeah,
because that's where we've gone. And don't get me wrong, I'm very much for it. I'm an idiot, and I don't want to be stuck. I don't like being frustrated.
Hellblade 2, I'm definitely looking to have more of like a deeper story, you know? It's and not that this one wasn't deep, but like the highlights of the first one in my memory are Senua as a character and then just the atmosphere of everything, the scenery, how everything looks. There's that like one area where it's just like giant people or whatever in the background, you know, it's like it looks all dementic and shit. And
Yeah, when you're walking through you're walking through one, and I think you're wading through blood, and it's like faces and hands all coming out from the wall. Like
yeah,
it's really it's a great it's good. Like obviously having this conversation now,
I do
I'm
agree.
appreciating it
I mean, the
more.
gameplay was very basic, like just the straight up
Yeah,
combat. It
but
was super basic.
they
It's just
put
a
so much
very
into it.
basic Souls game.
It was but like the whispering and her performance was incredible.
Yeah, that's the stuff that really elevated that game.
But then finishing the game and having one trophy left over, realizing I should have followed the guide, and really pissed at
That's
you.
what I have. It's still sitting at 90%
My
on
missus,
PlayStation.
she did it. She did it. I think my missus did it.
Yep. Yep. Where you got to find all those
Mm.
fucking things, right? Like I
I
can't even
tried my
remember what they
best as
were.
well.
Yeah, I did too. I
Circle.
remember that. Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna replay this stuff, you know.
Uh,
And maybe now I could
no.
go back and do it real quick.
Yeah, you may as well, ain't you? 7 days.
Yeah, yeah, not bad idea.
It took me 7 days. It'd probably take you 2 nights.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not long yet. How long? What was it altogether? Probably. I think it's like
Took me
6
10 hours.
hours.
It's
10
seven
hours.
hours on how long to beat.
Okay. How long to beat?
So
Getting under some fire here. I don't know if you saw
why?
the because their Hellblade statistics are like way off. They said the game takes like 13 hours to beat and like 20 hours for completionist. I'm already like 13 hours in that game. I'm like nowhere near the end.
What's that? Oh hell! What is it?
Stellar Blade.
Oh really?
Mm.
How is Stellar Blade? Would you rather
Uh,
write it?
yeah. So I'm playing Stellar Blade. It's pretty good thus far. Not like great, but pretty good. The combat's very interesting. Combat, it's definitely like a mix of a Souls game and then your typical character action games, right? So it's like it plays like a Souls game where you're doing the parry, you're doing the dodging and all that, and you can get the timing with that type of stuff really good. But then there's also
Yeah.
combos you can do on top of that, like a character action game, like a Devil May Cry, like a Bayonetta. So it kind of is a weird combination of both, and in that it kind of just becomes like its own thing, which I think is very cool. You know, it just you combine different genres together into one gameplay thing. You are now your own thing, which is really cool. I think combat feels really good, really fun to play. What I'm not vibing with is the story thus far and like the world of it. It's none of the characters have really been like super interesting to me. Eve is just like I don't know. I'm still very early, so I don't want to judge it too much, but like she's just kind of very I don't know, very bland as of right now. And then I'll kind of say the same thing about all the supporting cast. There's like two main characters that are in supporting cast here that have just been pretty bland thus far. Granted, I haven't gotten like too many cutscenes where I'm at, so I don't know. I'm kind of there's a couple open world sections in this game, so I'm kind of just doing that right now, and I really haven't played like part of the main story since the weekend, so yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you guys on how I feel about the story overall, but it's cool. I kind of do like the vibe of the world and the atmosphere and all that. It's like it reminds me of the Matrix, but not like the actual Matrix. The stuff outside the Matrix, you know, and the stuff no one likes about the Matrix. You know, the part where like you know they're in actual Earth and there's like fucking robots trying to kill them and shit like that. Yeah, that's exactly.
You made a whole movie of that.
And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you fast travel by going to a payphone, which is like a direct Matrix reference. So yeah, they must have been heavily influenced by the Matrix. Now that I'm thinking about it, so I kind of like it. The open world section's interesting because like I'm kind of just doing everything because I don't really care about the main story anyways. And all these
Yeah.
side things in the open world section are just like, hey, go fight this big enemy. And it's like, well, that's all I'm here for anyways. So yeah, I'll go fucking do that. Why not? And yeah, so yeah, I'm enjoying it this far. Definitely gonna keep playing it. It's got me hooked to the point where I want to keep playing it and probably beat it. So, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. I don't know. I kind of just bought it because I was like, we'll see how much I end up liking this. Like I was totally open and just putting it down if I wasn't completely into it. But I'm into it enough, so we're gonna keep chugging along with that there.
We're gonna keep chugging along.
Keep chugging along there.
Well, so very briefly, because I failed to keep up with you lot with your Final Fantasy journey. Like, what? I have a question. Why does nobody talk about this game anymore?
I don't know. Kind of just came and went. Granted, it's been like 3 months almost, right? So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it did kind of just come and go.
Is it disappointing?
No, not at all. I wouldn't say so at all. You know, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I get from the standpoint like kind of funny, right? They weren't super high on it. You know, like Tim was, right? But like if you're a giant fan like that, I think there's really not too much you could complain about there. It is a bit too long. Like they put so much shit in the game. You're gonna when you start it, man, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, this game's huge because it is. It's that big. I put 110 hours doing it. I didn't even do anything, everything, right? So it's one of those games where it's so fucking long and there's so much to do and they pack so much in there. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think there's some pacing issues with the main story definitely, and it's interesting because they have to follow the story of the original FF7, and at this part of original FF7 is where we pull back on doing the main story with the stuff with Shinra and the stuff with Sephiroth and all that, and we really just get into more character moments, and that's kind of what this whole story is. The whole main story until like the ending bits is just a lot of character deep dives, and if you're really into Final Fantasy VII characters, I think you're really gonna like it. I think you in particular, you're gonna love the open world aspects of it. You're gonna be super into that shit. You're like me, you like that stuff too. So it's like your checklist open world stuff. You're gonna love that shit. And if you like the combat of FS7 remake, it's only better here.
So what? You went from like a Dragon 2 Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a detriment or not?
It's annoying because like you never really want to play two giant games like that back to back. You know?
Can you be too Japanese? Can you have too much Japanese content if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I got more used to it over time, right? Because it's like those were both two games where I played for just a straight month, right? Where like the only thing I was playing were those games at that time. Yeah, it can be a little bit too much. I probably should have separated it with something in the middle there. Get a nice palate cleanse with some type of smaller game. But whatever, it is what it is. It didn't bother me too much.
Prince Persia, I think.
Yeah, that might be a nice one. I mean, you already kind of broke it up with Hellblade a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I do want to start it. I'm really excited. I'm excited to play video games.
Daniel played Prince of Persia. He really liked that.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I was kind of hoping that Tales of Kanzera Zao would be better, so I didn't have to like buy it.
Yeah, it kind of that's on PS Plus Extra. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, exactly. As I was like, oh, just
yeah,
expand and
yeah, you just play it there.
It's not happened. Yeah, it's not happened. So, I Prince of Persia, it just looks like I like a Metroidvania every now and then, and I'm ready for a Metroidvania. And I'll play Metroidvanias in the weirdest way. I'll play it with a guide, and I'll collect everything and enjoy the combat for what it is. And yeah, I'm really excited to play it.
Yeah,
I am really excited.
Hopefully, you don't get too sucked into Rebirth because you will be playing that for 3 months as well.
I'm tempted to play, or do I just go straight into Rebirth and play that for the next 3 months?
Yeah, that's gonna take you a while, especially if you play it like I did. You're gonna be on there for a hot minute.
Yeah, I've met two guys. Well, one guy at work, and he's massive into video games. He's just played Final Fantasy, and he wasn't as keen. He was but granted, like you probably won't appreciate me saying it. He's gone for a bit of a breakup, so maybe that's kind of like dampened it for him. Do you know what I mean?
Tifa not doing it for him
then? No, I don't think so. But he's playing Mirage at the moment.
Oh, nice.
But he's one to collect physical like collector's editions.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Persona 3 Reload after I beat Stellar Blade, and then
I think I bought that, Natalie.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah, she did. What did she just do? A game Digimon. She did Digimon something.
Digimon.
But like it was literally, it's like literally just a novel, and then with a bit of like grid-based combat. It's weird. But then I was like, I twigged. I was like,
that's a PS5 game? Or is that like a PS4?
Yeah. No, it's PS. I don't know.
Yeah,
something.
It's a recent Digimon game. Interesting. I didn't even know that.
I think it is a newer one.
Who the fuck even knows about Digimon anymore?
There's so many Digimon games. It's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Oh god. It's gone. But yeah, she played Platinum that. And then she's playing Timberborn. She played this stupid beaver game for about 400 hours.
Okay.
Timberborn.
The fuck is that?
Oh my god. Honest to God, man.
I don't even know what that is.
400 hours. Like esteem like record just like stop.
Okay. Shit.
You like build this settlement up with these beavers, and then you got like survive droughts and stuff.
That sounds terrifying.
Loves it.
Is it?
Can't
Okay.
get off it.
Okay.
Like, why don't you play Horizon? I bought Horizon when it first came out,
Yeah. You never played
and
it?
it's still in the cellophane. Cellophane still.
Jesus. Play Horizon.
Absolutely.
What's she doing?
Play Horizon.
Play Horizon.
Like it's just
You're doing, Natalie.
it's a visual treat, man.
Visual treat indeed.
And obviously, when she plays it again, I get to experience it again.
You get to watch it, yeah. Have her play that
Like a
DLC
treat.
that I never played. I need to play that at some point.
But when she played God of War, I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I can just watch God of War again.
No, keep going. No. It's like, I'm ready to bed. No.
No.
It's like, no, she finished it. She's like, oh, I've done that. I said, no. We got a few more to go to.
All
I
right.
was like, it's nice to see you again, man.
Let's see you too, man. Good to have you back on the show.
Yeah, man. I'll hopefully a bit more. I'll try to find a place to live. I think this would be the best. My back's killing me.
Oh yeah.
Is
that like your bedroom now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This was the kids' room.
Where's the bed?
It's literally I'm sat on it.
You're sat on the bed. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Sat at it. Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
the bed's in front of me, and then the room's like, I don't know, 12 before or something.
Oh, okay. Looks fucking great.
But what we both just said, like, you saw our room in the past. We never did anything in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fuck and sleep. You know what I mean?
Whatever. Let the kids have it.
Like, why have we got a computer in there? And like the kids have got two single beds now, computer each, Xbox each. Like, they're having a great time.
Yeah.
And when you have kids, apparently you have to put them first. I still disagree.
Yeah, that's overrated. You don't really need that. Like we said in the beginning of the show, they're just for farming.
Just for farming.
Just for farming. That's going to do it for the Nerdic Gods podcast, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/NerdicGods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Steven Sims, anything else you'd like to say?
Just my kids wake up in the morning. Dad, why are there overalls on our bed? Where's our school uniform?
And like a fucking rake or whatever, the fucking hoe. Yeah. Get out there, kids. little straw hat sitting on the bed, you know? You guys better get out.
We're not going to school anymore. You don't need one of them educations.
No, you don't need all that. Dad, why do we have pigs and horses now? Oh, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you.